Hey everyone. In project management, there's a world of difference between just being busy and actually being valuable. So today, let's talk about how we can shift our focus from the work we're doing to the impact we're creating. So let me just ask you this straight up. Are your projects busy or are they valuable? Are your teams just ticking off boxes on a to-do list, or are they really, truly moving the needle? Honestly, the answer to that question is everything when it comes to real project success. This right here gets to the heart of what's often called the activity trap. See, on one side, you've got the old school way of thinking. Follow the plan, focus on tasks, and constantly ask, are we doing things right? But the real game changer, the big shift, happens when you start asking, are we doing the right things? That's when you start focusing on value and the final outcome. And that brings us right to the main idea for this entire explainer, putting outcomes way ahead of activities. It's all about changing how we define success. It's not about the mountain of work we did. It's about the tangible, concrete results that work actually produced. So what even is an outcome? Well, think of it like this. The activities, the tasks, the meetings, the planning, that's all the ingredients in the recipe. The outcome is the amazing meal you serve at the end. It's not the process. It's the actual result that exists only because your project happened. At the end of the day, this is all about getting the absolute most value out of your investment in a project. It means every hour, every single dollar, every resource is laser-focused on that end result, not just on going through the motions. That's really the mindset of a successful project leader. It's pretty easy to think that outcomes are all about cold, hard numbers and metrics. But really, the most important outcomes, they almost always start with people. So let's dive into our first big area, the human dimension. The very first outcome you're looking for here is shared ownership. How do you know if you have it? Well, ask yourself, does every single team member really understand the project's vision? And do they feel like they truly own the deliverables? If not, you're not managing a team. You're just herding a group of task doers. And that sense of shared ownership, it's the foundation for the next outcome, which is having a truly high-performing team. And this is about so much more than just skills. It's about trust, it's about collaboration, it's about how the team bounces back when things inevitably go wrong, and maybe most importantly, do people feel empowered to make decisions? That's the real stuff that great teams are made of. Okay, so once you get the human element humming along, you can zoom in on the process itself. And that brings us to our second area, the efficiency dimension. This is where we use data to see if our resources are actually creating the value we expect. A fantastic place to start is with resource utilization. A key outcome here is to make the gap between your planned resource usage and your actual usage as small as possible. Seriously, the smaller that gap, the more efficient and in control your project truly is. Next up is a quiet but deadly project killer, resource downtime. And I'm not talking about coffee breaks. I'm talking about expensive equipment or skilled people just sitting idle. Tracking the ratio of downtime to productive time gives you a brutally honest look at where the waste is in your system. See, this all boils down to tracking productivity, not just logging hours. And a really powerful but simple KPI for this is just units produced divided by hours worked. This one number tells you if you're getting a real return on your team's time. It just cuts right to the chase. And to round out efficiency, here are two more quick checks. First, physical resources. Are you keeping waste, scrap, and rework to an absolute minimum? And second, procurement. Is your process for ordering, manufacturing, and tracking deliveries running like a well-oiled machine to support the project? So we've looked at the human side and the efficiency side. What does all of this add up to? Well, it all leads to our third and final point, and it's a big one, adopting a brand new mindset. It's a real fundamental shift from just doing to actually achieving. Look, if you take only one thing away from all of this, let it be this right here. Stop asking, did we complete the task? And start asking, did our work actually get the result we wanted? You have to move your focus from, did we do it, to the much, much more powerful question, did it work? So I'll just leave you with this thought. The next time you're in a status meeting, which question are you going to ask? What did we do? Or what did we achieve? The first one measures busyness. The second one measures value. The choice is yours. Thanks for tuning in.